have the focus affirmation for this week of trust. And the affirmation says, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So when we're talking about trust, in general, trusting someone, trusting ourselves, trusting in something, it is very hard for us to truly give that power over to them, right? It is truly hard for us to give that power over to the trust. And trust takes a lot of vulnerability. It takes a lot of getting used to. Trust could be a lesson, Learning how to trust is definitely a lesson. It is definitely something that you kind of have to mindfully take, a lesson that you have to mindfully take. When we talk about trusting ourselves, though, we're talking about a deeper relationship with ourselves, a communication within ourselves, to ourselves, and a sense of awareness of our sense of direction for ourselves. One of the words in the affirmation is guide. So when you're thinking about your path and how you are guided, are you trusting in the process that you are putting yourself through right now? Are you trusting in yourself and also in your decisions? Are you trusting that you are making the right decisions? If you're in a path right now where you're really just maybe not in the best place, or not trusting really that it's going to, or that you're going to pull through whatever situation that you are going through, try to just pull back and actually look within yourself and look within for your inner voice and for your thoughts. It will be able to help you kind of reconcile with things, reconcile with the situation, and accepting how you feel about the situation. And then you'll be able to move on from there. You'll be able to be guided away from or past that situation that you're faced with. So we have the card of perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Perseverance is weathering the storm. Perseverance is weathering the fire. Funny story, I almost set my deck of cards on fire. This was the card that almost burned up. The perseverance card. True story. Looked over, my deck was smoking. But with perseverance, you have to be in it for the long run, no matter how hard something gets, no matter how difficult something gets, how challenging something looks. With trusting yourself, it may be challenging. You may be looking within and really looking at it from a place of you needing to do more work within yourself to be able to trust yourself. It's okay. That process is not something that just comes to us within a day, within a week. It's something that we have to progress upon, learning ourselves. We learn ourselves every single day. We're learning something new about ourselves. So take time to be observant of yourself. And through those times where you may be a little mad with yourself, or just mad with your progress or anything, persevere through those times. Take it as a learning lesson, taking it as something that you can reflect on, and move on, move forward, knowing what has happened in the past. Move forward, being aware of how you can do things better in the future. Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So that's that fear of getting to know yourself. Like, maybe you love being around people. Maybe love being around their energy. But when you have to be alone, that is kind of like, that's the fear, right? For some of y'all, I'm not saying for all of y'all. But find the courage to be able to sit with yourself and sit with your feelings. Find the courage to look at those deep things that you may have not, brought up to surface to deal with and to look at. It is a very fearful moment to kind of having to deal with like past traumas or past things that aren't healed, that maybe have tested your trust with yourself, your trust with other people, your trust within relationships. Finding that inner strength to kind of face anything that is coming your way that is testing your trust with confidence, with ultimate willingness to fight. That's this perseverance card. Perseverance is fighting, having that fight within. So, loneliness. I know that I am never alone. During this fight, during this perseverance, during you testing your courage and your confidence within yourself, it may feel lonely. Maybe you, like I said, some of y'all may like being around people or like the attention of people. And when you have to kind of go into hermit mode, when we talk in tarot, like go into hermit mode and just kind of figure things out and figure yourself out, you may feel very alone because you're not used to being alone. Know that during those times you aren't actually alone. You are communicating with yourself. You're communicating with your spirit guides. You're communicating with the universe, whatever higher power that you believe in, or whoever you believe is protecting you, is with you, sitting in your presence. You are never alone. Although those times feel lonely, you are never alone. Don't actively think about when you're sitting alone and when you are finding your inner voice and finding your inner strength and confidence. Don't think about, the fact that you are actually alone. No. Do the work, be productive, and don't sit in that energy of loneliness, because that's not going to produce a better trust within yourself. It's not going to produce more confidence, that confidence that you really want within yourself. It's that energy is not going to produce that. So I feel like with this card coming out, Spirit is really telling you, do not focus on the fact that you are alone when you're dealing with these things, when you're dealing with your trust, when you're dealing with your perseverance, all of those things that are innate within inside of you. Don't think that you are alone. Don't think that you're ever alone, okay? We have forgiveness. It's screaming like forgiveness of self. Some of y'all need to forgive yourself for maybe not trusting yourself so much in the past, or trusting or having that confidence you want, or being strong enough in the past. Like, it's okay to forgive and to move on and to move upward. It's okay. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Harboring anything that is not good for you is not progression, is not progress. So with this, Spirit is telling you, what do you need to release? It's asking you actually, what do you need to release? What do you need to let go of? What do you not need to harbor anymore? What do you need to forgive? Do you need to forgive yourself? Do you need to forgive the lack of trust you had with yourself or people in the past? Do you need to forgive those times where you may have not persisted through? You maybe have given up. You need to forgive those times so you can move forward and actually follow through on that persistence, right? Follow through on being trustworthy and, being trusted by people, or trusting yourself. Harboring that, keeping that energy, like the energy of loneliness. When I was saying earlier, Spirit is saying don't sit in the energy of loneliness. Don't sit in the things that you are also harboring. Take a time to acknowledge it. Those times where you may feel alone, acknowledge, okay, I feel alone, but you know what? I'm not alone. Like, say that to yourself. Don't just allow yourself to just sit in that energy. Be productive. Be productive. And don't allow yourself to harbor those things that are stopping you from making your progression forward. And if you know you are harboring some things, check yourself on it. Have that inner strength to check yourself on it and be like, yo, like I'm doing some things that are self-sabotaging, and like I'm harboring this. Like, check yourself. Those are the productive tasks that you are doing when you think you're alone. Like, no, meditate during the times where you are alone and you have that quiet time, you have that peaceful time, peaceful environment. Take time to breathe, take time to think, take time to reflect, take time to build yourself up, building your trust within yourself, building your strength within yourself, and also building the confidence within yourself. You can persevere through those tasks. They're not easy. For some people, they may be easy. I don't know where you are in your journey. Wherever you are, though, you can keep going, and you're going to reach that level of comfortability that you want within yourself. Because trusting your inner voice is a comfortability with what you believe and what you want to say and how you want to say it, right? So keep going. Don't keep going in old energies, though. Do not go forward bringing those negative energies with you. If you bring them with you, they're going to stay. So think about that, group number 1. That is all I have for you. And I send my love.